Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Pay and welcome to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today we're going to cover everything you need to know getting started with KARMAVERSE Zombie. Now, from our Game Guild's perspective, this is the top earning title in the entire Web3 space right now. So it's getting a ton of attention and a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon. It's also just a ton of fun. And I'll show you guys here, I think we're actually like top 30 in the world right now, so that's pretty exciting. Now, first thing is you need to make sure that you go to the App Store to download this. It works on Apple and Google, so no issues there. It's definitely a mobile-friendly game. It can run on emulators or BlueStacks or stuff like that too. I just love having it on my tablet. So once you download that, a couple important things to know when you get into the game. Right away, there's a lot going on. However, you will be logged in to a default account. And what you generally need to do is also head to the website, make sure you set up an account and connect with your wallet, and then once you get past the first kind of two missions on your default account, you want to head here into the settings and you want to log out and log in with your new account that you created through the website. So just important to note that when you first start the game, you're going to have to log out of that default account to log into the one that you created on the website with your wallet attached. I noticed a couple people have kind of been tripped up with that. And you do that right in your player profile in the settings that you can kind of see here. Other thing I'll mention that a lot of people forget is you can change your name, because you'll usually start with a default name like Liam or Mark, for example, or David. And I've seen some really high players just never realize they can change their name. So change your name. You can also add a photo, and that just adds a lot of flair to your profile. It also shows other alliances that you're not a noob, that you went through the settings and you kind of set everything up properly. So just to reiterate, in settings, you're going to have to log into the account that you make on the website that you've attached with your wallet. So logging out of the one that it starts you playing with originally. And then in the info, you want to change your profile information, like your picture and your name. So just to kind of show you guys that I know what I'm talking about here, let's bring up the rankings currently. So you can see here, we're actually sitting at 23rd in the world right now. So we just cracked the 2,000 range, which is awesome. So we've been playing this for quite a while. You can see here 53 days ago is when I started my account. We've got our Games Guild. We're doing really well. A lot of people are actually kind of ranking pretty high, but I've been just absolutely loving this. So what do you need to know to get started? Well, obviously we went through the settings, but now you're going to need a good team. Now, your base isn't going to look like this. You're not going to have as many buildings built, but you definitely just want to kind of start doing that naturally. It's very easy to see, okay, when I open this up, I need to build a food storage here, or I need to build, like a factory here. So that's not difficult, and it'll take a while before you really have to start making kind of decisions on that. So it's good to just generally level everything. Make sure that you are leveling your school though, because your school is actually what upgrades the ability to get more buildings. So you kind of constantly want to make sure that you're prioritizing the school. Now, there's a lot going on here. So let's just take a quick look at the best fighting team to start with and our recommendations on which fighters you should purchase as NFT fighters. Then I'll take a quick look and give you kind of a rundown on the map. Now, this is just going to be an introductory video. I'm not going to go into advanced strategy. I just want to get you guys started so you can play. So first off, some of the best fighters in the game to start with. There's quite a few in particular. I'm going to go through each of the colors. So for red, what we're looking for is Brogue. And as a 2-star fighter, the reason that makes him so good is he has this bleed effect. So the damage does scale based on damage buffs and other things, and he's just hands down pretty much the best 2-star red fighter you can get. So Brogue is number 1. Then taking a look at green, we're going to want Golfer. And the reason he's so good is because he's a healer. So something that's really important to a team is healing. Obviously, if you're thinking about creating a 5-man team, you're going to need that medic, that healer, that priest. Golfer does this. He also dispels buffs from enemies, which is more useful than you might think. So we've got a guy that does damage and bleed. We've got a healer that dispels buffs. Now taking a look over at blue, we want Gordon. Gordon is actually debatably better than most 3-stars. He's incredible. And the reason why is not only does he make it so all of your guys share damage, So that way, if you've got a weak guy and a strong guy, they're going to kind of average that out. It also increases the defense of all your allies for 5 turns. So he makes them all harder to hurt and mitigates the damage or spreads it across the entire team. He's incredible. So just kind of moving along to purple, we're going to want to find Ruben. And he might actually be a little further along because he tends to be kind of expensive. Here we go. So the reason Ruben is so amazing, he reduces the defense of all enemies for 4 turns. He reduces the attack of all enemies for 4 turns. And he dispels status ailments from all allies. So he's just doing so much, right? He's reducing their defense, he's reducing their attack, he's debuffing them. And when you combine that with Golfer and the healing and dispelling buffs from the enemy team, remember Golfer dispelled buffs from the enemy team, he's dispelling status ailments from you, so we don't have any overlap there. So now we're covering all these different areas, and we've still got gold to look at. So as far as gold goes, you're generally going to want to start with Oscar, who's your default fighter. He comes as a non-NFT. So everybody gets this guy, and he does quite a bit of damage, and he also blinds them. So this way you actually only have to purchase 4 NFT fighters in our opinion to start, and then you have this 1 non-NFT fighter that you can use. Now you are allowed to use 2 non-NFT fighters out of the 5-man team in order to guarantee that you're still collecting NFT rewards, so that does make your team composition a little bit more flexible. So that's really the best team. You want Oscar, who's yellow, Ruben purple, Gordon, who's blue, Golfer, who's green, and Brogue, who's red. That's the best team to start off with. And when you collect fighters, they add to what's called your luck. So even upgrading and getting more fighters later, it's good that you have other lower level ones earlier on, because they're actually going to contribute to your overall magic find. And I'll show you what that looks like here quickly. So when you're looking at a map, you'll see down here there's this luck or magic find. It says it's determined by the number of NFT fighters in your possession. So you can see we're over the 5,000, so we're getting the maximum luck. And depending on each star fighter, we get an amount of points added to that. So for every 2-star fighter, we're getting 125 points added to our luck. And then the goal is, which is the same reason why we got to 5,000, is to hit that max. Because now you can see down here, we're getting a 50% increased drop rate on zombies. I'll explain why they're important in our next video. 50% increased drop rate on NFTs, and 200% increased drop rate on serum. So now that you guys know kind of, okay, how to get logged in, how to get the best team, and yes, obviously you're going to want to figure out the website with, you know, getting your NOT tokens in there so that you can actually buy some of these heroes. And that's what I want to pivot to here quickly. So now you know everything you need to kind of get started in actually playing the game, but let's take a quick look at the website so I can show you guys what that's like. Okay, so now that we're on the website, you would have had to do this originally before you started the game, because like I mentioned, you need to create an account on the website first, and then when you log in, you kind of do a couple, like 2 missions or 2 maps as the default account, you log out, and then you log back in with the email you have associated. So once you've done setting that up, and I'm not going to bother showing you, it's super easy, you're going to log in with your MetaMask that you've associated with that account. And I just want to show you guys how we can pick up some NOT and kind of how some of the things work here on the site. So there is a few different ways that you can pick up NOT. Right back from the original website over here, you can see there's a buy NOT. And we can go right to quick swap. I'll just show you what this looks like here quickly. Say we agree, and you can even switch your Matic for it, and they'll do the conversion, connect your wallet, you're good to go. Really easy. Same with Serum, but really you're probably going to want to just pick up some NOT first so that you can actually buy the fighters. Now once you have the NOT and you're logged in here on their main website, you basically need to go to what's called the vault. And over in the vault, it'll show you anything that you have in your wallet and then what you have in game. So you can see here we're looking at NOTs. I have no NOTs currently in my MetaMask, but I have 707 in game. However, I have 770 serum. So I'll show you guys an example of what this would be like. You would probably just want to do this with NOT in the beginning. So it'll ask us how much we want to deposit. It would be the same for not. I'll say maximum, hit deposit. We'll approve the transaction. And then literally within a minute, I find it so fast, you have it in game. You might just have to minimize the game or hit a menu and then it'll load. So basically, pick up some knot, send it in game, use the in-game marketplace because I do find it's cheaper than the marketplace on the website, and the in-game marketplace is new. Pick up those top 4 fighters that I mentioned to you guys so that you can get rocking, start playing the game and have fun. Now, one thing I will mention too, be sure to join our Discord. There's a lot of chatter going on about this game. We were happy to hear or share our different tips. You can ask us any questions you like, and we even have an in-game alliance. There is a requirement of 200 trophies though, so we'll take you a little bit before you can kind of hit that, but there is still a few spots available. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is really everything you need to know to get started. We also covered the best team or fighters that we recommend that you pick up with, and some of those little nuanced details on setting up the website account, attaching it to the game, and then how to bring Nod in there. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. It takes 2 seconds for you guys to click that button. Slam that like so that helps show this video in the YouTube algorithm to other people who are interested in this awesome game, which really just helps everybody even more. And then of course hit that bell notification if you want to stay up to date with not only more KARMAVERSE zombie content, but also just tons of play to earn content. Okay, till next time, cheers. Don't forget about our 1,000 subscriber giveaway where you can win $200, and if you need more information, be sure to join us on our Discord. See you there.